So in 2019, I made a video exposing some of the alleged dodgy practices by Israeli trading platform Plus500. From forced position closes to blocking fund withdrawals, Plus500 has been accused of it all. But we're 1 year down the line. Has anything changed? Is Plus500 legit? Am I ever going to stop seeing their ads everywhere I go? In this video, we're going to answer all of those questions, so stick around. Hi guys, it's Any, aka the Not Trader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. The Plus500 are back to their old tricks again. After my last video, I was inundated with emails from traders wanting to share their terrible experience with Plus500. Disclaimer: I cannot verify the validity of any of the claims made in this video, and everything in this video is alleged. However, I do believe them. And if you think you've been scammed by Plus500, watch this video to the end to find out what steps you can take. So without further ado, here are the 5 ways Plus500 allegedly try to screw you over. Number 1, difficulty closing positions, also known as graying out the sell button. Here is an email I received from a disgruntled former Plus500 customer. I had some oil trades, and on the 21st of April, the market dropped and it didn't stop dropping. I was going deeper and deeper into lovely profit, but the close button was frozen out. I could not sell. No matter what I did, the button was grayed out and I had no chance. This went on for some considerable time. In fact, most of the day. Now there was a certain window in which I had to sell my sell trade, because I also had some buy trades that were going deeper into the red. Anyway, Plus500 took away the chance by graying out the close button. If I'd closed my sell trade, I'd have made £96,000. After this huge drop, the oil went up again, kept on going. I would have been able to sell my buy trade at another profit, and I would have been well over £10,000. So for those of you who do not remember the 21st of April 2020, it was probably the craziest day to trade oil. It dropped to the lowest price it ever dropped to in history, in recorded history. And this was off the back of a failed OPEC Plus meeting where they couldn't agree on prices of oil. So it dropped all the way down to about $7 per barrel. Now, what this person was saying was that they had a long position opened in oil and a short position. So the short position would have been in a lot of profit and their long position would have been in a lot of negative equity. But when they tried to close their short position, which was in a profit, they couldn't do it. And when price eventually came back up, that was when they were able to close it, when they were in the red. And then, but their long position, they weren't able to close their short position, but they were able to close their long position when they were in the green. And when they were out of the green, their short position, they were able to close it, and their long position, they weren't. This is just one of many stories I heard of difficulties traders had in closing out profitable positions. Other tactics allegedly used by Plus500 are unexplained system errors, failing to provide quotes in a timely manner, leaving the traders having to hold onto their position, only to be later allowed to close it when they were in the red. Number 2, requesting identification upon withdrawal. Another trick they used, allegedly, is to ask for identification documentation for allowing you to withdraw funds from your account, even if you've been previously verified. Sometimes going as far as cancelling withdrawals and recrediting the account to place the funds back in the account in order to cover existing positions. Number 3, freezing and deleting accounts. There's been claims about accounts being frozen while in a profitable position, only for it to become active again once the position is in the red. We're starting to see a theme here. And even accounts being closed without warning. Number 4, price inconsistent with the market prices. It's no secret that Plus500 set their own prices, as they don't even hide the fact that they don't mirror the real market prices. If you look through Plus500's order execution policy, in section 4.2 it states, this price is obtained through Plus500 from a range of independent third-party reference sources, various nominated independent financial market data providers who source their price feeds from relevant exchanges. And 5, Plus500 accept anyone as a customer. It's come to my attention that Plus500 accept anyone. Why is that a problem, you ask? Well, any good broker will and should ask some qualification questions when you're applying. This is referred to as Know Your Customer, or KYC. Questions such as your name, age, annual salary, or even national insurance number are all often asked during the application process for a trading platform. On the FCA website in the money laundering section, it states, firms must have in place policies and procedures in relation to customer due diligence and monitoring, amongst others. But neither the law nor our rules prescribe in detail how firms have to do this. Nice and vague as always by the FCA, good job. So I decided to put my investigative journalist hat on and test this theory out myself by setting up a Plus500 account. So in the interest of fairness, I did apply for an account, and as you just saw there, I was rejected. Now, I did give the worst information that I could in terms of I answered all the questions wrong. I said I had a low income and I was going to spend a lot and I had no experience trading. So they should have rejected me. So I'm happy they did, because that means that they are doing some sort of due diligence when it comes to the customers that accept in. But I've still had accounts from other people, other traders that have emailed me saying that actually tried to test this out and their accounts was accepted even though they gave like the worst details they could just to see if that it would get rejected. So it's a bit of a 50-50. I can only go off of my experience, and I've been rejected, which is good. But there's other experiences and other people that have sent me screenshots of them doing the same thing and being accepted. So I'll let you come to your own conclusion. We've all seen the stats in some type of variation. 90% of retail traders lose money. And one man's loss is another man's gain. So in theory, it would make sense for some brokers to want to take the opposite side of a customer's trade, as this is a very lucrative business model. Just like it will make sense for you to smash that like button. The issue arises when there's a few pesky traders that are profitable, as this negatively impacts the broker, incentivizes them to screw over their customers. With all the underlying tactics that Plus500 use, I'm surprised they have such a large customer base. But then I came across this article by Cable Car Capital. Plus500 has a very high churn rate. This should be unsurprising given the dynamics of a bucket shop. Revenue growth is attributable to an aggressive customer acquisition and affiliate marketing scheme that pay affiliates one-time bonuses up to $600 per account or ongoing revenue sharing up to 30%. I believe most customers eventually lose their investment and that the customer's growth will therefore prove unsustainable. To see this, consider the two key KPIs Plus500 publish each quarter. The number of new accounts, defined as a customer who deposits money for the first time, and the number of active accounts, defined as a customer who made at least one trade during the period. A different visualization of the data makes clear that customers eventually rolled off. So as you can see here below, the writer of the article, Jacob, made a graph showing the cumulative number of new accounts reported by Plus500. So each full bar represents all of the new accounts that Plus500 got, and the red are the ones that are inactive and the blue are the ones that are active. And as you can see, each quarter, the number of new accounts grows, which is good for the company, but as a proportion of the number of new accounts, the number of inactive accounts are growing exponentially, which means that there's more people that leave than stay when there's new accounts. So I decided I wanted to verify this data myself, so I decided to read through Plus500's AIM admissions document. That's the document you have to submit when you want to get listed on the stock exchange. I also looked through every annual statement from 2014 to 2019 to map out the number of cumulative, inactive, and active new accounts from 2011 to 2019.
One eternity later.
So after spending a bit of time looking through the admissions document, which is the documentation that you need if you want to get listed on the stock exchange, the AIM stock exchange, and going through every annual report from 2014 to 2019. Now with that information, I was able to find out the breakdown of how many new customers they got and also how many of those new customers were active or inactive each year, each financial year. And what I found for that is that new customers as a percentage of total accounts was falling. As you can see here, started on about 43% and it rose a little bit, and then it's down to about 31% now. So year on year, pretty much, well, not year on year, but it's been trending down, the amount of new customers as a percentage of the total amount of customers they have. But that shouldn't be an issue, right? Because the number of active accounts they have has been steadily growing. So when it started at 26,000, now it's nearly 200,000. So that's tenfold in 9 years. Not too bad, right? Then if you look at the number of inactive customers as a percentage of new customers, so that means that each year they get a certain amount of new customers, but the percentage of those new customers that are inactive is actually growing. So as you can see here, the cumulative total of the number of new accounts each year shows that the number of active accounts of the new accounts grows a little bit each year, but as a percentage of the total number of new accounts, the number of inactive accounts is growing at an exponential rate, which means that, as you can see here, by 2019, out of all of the new accounts, about 80% of them were inactive. So this means that Plus500 have to be reliant on a very aggressive marketing strategy because they're always trying to replenish the customers that are either leaving or are inactive, because even though they adopt a lot of new customers, a lot of them just stay stagnant and don't actually use their account. So the $1 million question, is Plus500 a scam?
Allegedly.
In my opinion, there's too many red flags, and every forum and ex-trader seems to echo similar stories. That the platform was working fine when they were losing money and started acting up when they started making money. And when I look at how far back some of these complaints date to, it seems like Plus500 has been doing this for years. So why hasn't the FCA or ASIC or any other regulatory bodies done anything about it? Well, it hurts my heart to say this, but I don't think they care. In my opinion, all of these financial regulatory bodies are reactive rather than proactive, and will only make a move if there's enough noise made by the trading community. And I don't really see that happening because most experienced traders don't use Plus500. And their aggressive marketing strategy relies on attracting a continuous funnel of new inexperienced traders to take advantage of. Which explains why I see so many freaking Plus500 ads. Trust me when I say I've only hit the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Plus500. If you want to stay updated on the next few videos I have coming out about their affiliate program and their history of accounting errors, hit the subscribe button and hit the alert button to get notifications of when my videos go live. So what can you do about it? First of all, always do your research before choosing a trading broker. Find out how do they make their money. And if you do believe you've been scammed out of your money, email the FCA or your equivalent regulatory body. Hope you enjoyed the video. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram @TheNotTrader on all social media platforms. I also have a free Discord group called Pip Talks for like-minded traders and investors to discuss everything and anything to do with trading and investing. Link is in the description section below. And if you're not sure of which trading platform to choose, check out my appropriately titled ebook, Which Trading Platform to Choose, outlining the key criteria I look for when picking a good broker, with a like-for-like comparison of my top 3 brokers. Link in the description section below.